What is up, everybody? Welcome in. It is Monday. DFS Army MLB Pre-Lock Show. Razzle and Tattoo here. 11 games on a Monday night. I think I pointed this out in my picture video. It's more games on a Monday night than I remember having in a long time.
Yeah,
Tattoo,
it
how do you
really
do?
is. I don't remember it being many light days this week. Honestly, I don't know if it is the All-Star break next weekend. Next week,
No. All-Star game is 2 weeks.
so this week, then going
Then they
into
have
next
next week, and then, yeah. And I think this week he's got some weird scheduling setups because, I mean, everybody's kind of off for the 3rd of July on Friday, and then it looks like all the teams want to be able to show off some fireworks at home games on Saturday for the 4th. So, like, Saturday scheduling's all messed up. Yeah, just it's one of those weeks. So that's why I'm surprised to see 11 games this evening, and it happens to come on a night where we're going to see a lot of offense.
there's certainly some spots.
Some big totals across the board, multiple at around the 11 run mark, multiple between 9 and 9.5. Yeah, just a lot of runs. Not a lot of pitching to love, I guess, in general. I think I'm playing a lot of pitching. I don't know what your thoughts are on pitching yet, but it's just not loaded with name value from a pitching standpoint.
Yeah, I guess tonight, if it makes sense, is a quantity over quality.
Yeah.
I mean, and not that there's certainly no quantity of quality.
Right.
It's just like, who of the crap will you play?
Yeah. Having Parker Messick, the most expensive pitcher on a slate, with Ranger Suarez as the second most expensive, on DraftKings at least, makes things very questionable.
Okay, well, I got one better for you when you're ready.
What's it on FanDuel?
Messick is the highest. Gauge Jump is the second, followed by Ranger and followed by Sandy, all over 10K.
Yeah. Sandy's only 7,400 on DK. Gauge Jump is 8,300 on DK.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about Gauge Jump in a little bit because I've already made my stand with my article. So we'll get to Gauge Jump in a bit because the Dodgers are going to be fairly popular. Elite hitting weather in Sacramento. So anytime the Dodgers are in a high total game, expect them to be very popular. Who is your number one pitcher on this slate?
Probably Kirby. Ironically, he's priced almost the exact same on both sites.
He's that cheap on FanDuel?
He's 8,500 on FanDuel.
Holy cow. He's going to be in like every Dodger stack, every Cub stack. I don't know who else is expensive on FanDuel for stacking purposes, but those two for sure. I don't think San Diego. I don't think Miami, unless has FanDuel been pricing up Coors game or not?
Nah. The most expensive hitter is 4,500, and that's Nick Kurtz.
Yeah, Kirby would be far and away my number one on FanDuel then.
Like, it's really, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I go through the top 10, Milwaukee and Washington both have 2 players in there, and that's the only teams. And now you're already down to 3,800. I mean,
there was
wow.
There's an ownership update that just happened while we were on screen here. On DK, we now have 8 pitchers at 10% plus, almost a 9th pitcher. So very kind of spread out. You know, after Kirby and maybe after Weathers, like all of a sudden, I mean, Eduardo Rodriguez just took a big jump at up to 14%.
Let me refresh and make sure.
Not somebody that I can get to tonight because I think Eduardo Rodriguez is due for some negative correction to his overall numbers. He's just been getting away with so much that I think it's a good spot to not be using Eduardo Rodriguez. But yeah, like there's just kind of tells me the field doesn't really know where to go.
Yeah. FanDuel is, which obviously you don't have to get 2 pitchers, so it's going to affect ownership. Mm-hmm. But there's only 5 guys in double digits. There's like Kirby at 19, Ranger at 15, Parker 13, Weathers 13, Yasevich 12, and then it drops down to jump at 5%.
So there's a big gap on FanDuel between that top group and then everybody else. It's not really the case over on DK. So speaking of Gage Jump, since he's the fall off of the higher owned guys on FanDuel, and he's sub 2% on DK, what are your thoughts on him tonight at home against the Dodgers?
Well, I wouldn't play him on FanDuel. I was gonna say just because of the pricing, but I mean it's not hard to get their hitters in. But I probably wouldn't play him on FanDuel, and I'm really not that interested in him. Otherwise, I don't think I want to jump on facing the Dodgers in a AAA stadium with the wind blowing out. So.
Yeah, I'm on crack because I am playing Gage Jump tonight. The Dodgers against left-handed pitching is actually a thing.
Yeah.
As far as their overall numbers, like they're just so much weaker against left-handed pitching right now. I get Teoscar Hernandez is returning tonight, but I don't think he was anything special against left-handed pitching prior to getting hurt either. I know in career-wise he has been, just not this season. So when it becomes a more pedestrian team against a left-handed pitching, I'm a little bit more interested, and I think the Dodgers are just going to be a bit overowned. I mean, they do still have a team ISO of 159 against left-handed pitching. But they only have 25 home runs against left-handed pitching, and that's in roughly 850 plate appearances. So that's like 1 every 33 plate appearances, which I guess actually 1 out of 35-ish plate appearances. But, you know, that compared to what are their numbers against right-handed pitching? If I can do math really quick in my head, 88 home runs against right-handed pitching, so 3.5 times as many home runs in about 2,300 plate appearances. So what is that, every 28 or so? I don't know. Like, as a team against right-handed pitching, they hit 273 with an 810 OPS against right-handed pitchers. As a team against left-handed pitchers, they hit 233 with a 713 OPS, so a 100-point drop in OPS. 40, 40 points ish drop in batting average, uh, uh, 15 to 20 point drop in ISO. Like it's just they're a different team. So I don't want to instantly think, all right, I can't use Gage Jump against the Dodgers. Um, Now this obviously could come back to hurt me for sure, but I don't have a problem mixing in Gage Jump this evening. Certainly can hurt. I'm not denying that there's a chance I just get destroyed by doing it. But Jump has looked at least strong enough, and I think he's yet to allow a home run at the major league level. So
Pretty impressive.
I mean, that's something that makes me very interested in a guy. Maybe I'm a little bit too addicted to him because I have him in some dynasty action as well. But he's made 6 starts at the major league level. 2 of them have come in Sacramento, and 1 of them was in Las Vegas. So to not have allowed a home run in any of those 3 scenarios says something.
Actually, pretty wild. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, with how many home runs that were hit in Las Vegas alone over those 6 games, says quite a bit. So I'm willing to take some shots on him, MME wise. I don't really know the correct answer in terms of what to tell you. Like, if you're only building 20 lineups, should you use them? I don't know. I'm building hundreds, so I can mix in 10% and not be too worried.
I'd say putting him in 20 max is just a matter of your risk tolerance.
Yeah, I mean, because in reality, like he's probably not a top 7 pitcher for me or top 6 pitcher. And usually, if you're only doing 20 lineups, you probably want to cut it down to the 4 to 6 pitcher range across those lineups. So he might not be in there. Maybe it takes you making 50 lineups plus to use him. But for me, he's somebody that I am, going to get 10% in my build. And it's not that I'm fading the Dodgers, but I'm going to be a bit underweight by the looks of things.
Yeah.
If you were going to fade one of the more popular pitchers on the slate, who do you think it would be?
That's not where I thought the question was going. So, looking at ownership, it would tough choice. I could make a case to fade Weathers, Messick, Suarez, Yasevich, and Gasser.
I could make a case to also fade George Kirby, even though he's our favorite pitcher, because he hasn't been sharp.
I guess in a sense, we could probably make a case for fade every pitcher on the slate.
Yeah, there isn't one that I'm going, you know what, I don't want to fade at all.
I guess
like, even though Kirby's my favorite,
I guess I would almost maybe say Messick because of those offenses. Texas is probably higher on the list than any of the other ones.
Yeah, I think based on the offenses they're facing, like it could be Texas or it might just be the Washington against Suarez. Because we know that Washington has power and stolen bases, so like things happen.
And when they score a lot. So.
Right. But then when you factor in everything, I almost think it probably should be Kirby the number 1 guy to fade because he hasn't been the sharpest and he's the most popular. But it is such an elite spot that I just think the upside is there if he ever wants to figure things out again.
Yeah.
And it's the best pitching ballpark on the slate. So that makes it another thing as well.
So piggybacking off of that, is Ryan Johnson playable?
I've been thinking about this all day. I think I mentioned it on the pitching video that I dropped like an hour ago, roughly 45 minutes ago. I really am considering him because, Seattle's been so bad.
I wrote him on my sheet.
And he looked every bit of a guy that made the jump from the draft to the major leagues.
Yeah.
Immediately in his last start. He had been struggling terribly before that. He's a very
if you look at his first 3 starts, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Last year when he came out of spring training and made the team immediately, like he just his first outing was good and then he kind of just looked rough. I think he's just trying to learn at the major league level at this point. So there's going to be some really bad starts in there.
Yeah.
He's super quirky and has an odd delivery. So he's kind of one that mechanics mean even more to. If you watch him, it's almost like he's trying to quick pitch every time. And that's really tough to do when you're a guy that can throw 100. So having control or command, I shouldn't say command is more important than control, right?
Yeah.
You can have control just meaning you're throwing strikes or you're super wild. Command is not throwing strikes down the middle and all that stuff. So I think there's upside, but I just don't know what to do.
You don't have to get a lot of them.
Yeah.
If you took 10%, you'd be almost 10 times in the field.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. It's such a tough one to decide on because I'm already playing Gage Jump. I'm already playing Sandy Alcantara, who has no ownership in Coors. Do I include Ryan Johnson in that group that I'm playing? And I'm not sure what to do there. That might be a decision that goes down, takes another hour and 20 minutes before I finally decide what I'm going to do.
I think I want to rule that they couldn't be played together.
Drago says he likes you savage this evening.
I like him to help the Mets offense get in the right direction.
I like you savage. I just wish he wasn't throwing or wasn't as rough pitching at home as he has been.
Yeah.
He needs to not walk dudes. That's the problem. If he walks a couple guys early on, you just know that you're in trouble. But it's been an every other start thing over the last month for him. So he's due to not walk anybody tonight, which is not possible because he's definitely going to walk at least one guy. I should probably look at their lineup just to make sure. Yeah, he's 100% going to walk Soto at least once, right?
Yeah.
Juan Soto just walks nonstop. So, we're 19 minutes in. We're on pitching. Do you have anything else to add to pitching, or can we slide over to the hitting side of this slate?
No, I don't really have anything add to pitching. I was just gonna say something earlier when we were talking about delivery, and Drago can back me up. There's a relief pitcher for the Orioles. I think it's Kettridge, but I swear the only way I can explain his delivery is he looks like a position pitcher, a position player trying to pitch. It's just he just has the oddest delivery. It's just he's just standing up racing.
He learned in the Tampa Bay system.
Yeah.
But he also might be a little different now because he's had some injuries or did in the offseason too. So he might have made some adjustments to what he was doing. I don't know. I haven't seen him pitch this year.
It's almost like he just faces the batter and then pulls back and throws. Like no wind up, no leg kick. I mean,
There are two pitchers that I did want to mention that we didn't really talk about at all. Peter Lambert and Casey Mize. This is kind of a spot that I've been taking advantage of recently. Both of those guys are extreme reverse split pitchers. Casey Mize wasn't the sharpest against the Yankees the last time, but I expect their lineup to be pretty left-hand heavy. It might have came out already. I haven't looked at updated stuff, but he's like an extreme reverse splits guy. Peter Lambert is even more extreme reverse splits, taking on the Twins. Now that's a little more dangerous because he's pitching at home with those Crawford boxes, and the Twins have Royce Lewis and Buxton from that right side. But they're very interesting, pending what the opposing lineups are. I've had some success over the last few weeks finding those extreme reverse splits guys that are taking on lineups that are of teams that just don't pay attention to splits. That have put out a left-hand heavy lineup against those right-handed pitchers, and kind of rewarded me recently. So it's something to take a look at. I'm just not like Lambert's so extreme that I am interested, but like I'm super afraid of Buxton and Royce Lewis hitting home runs off of him in that ballpark. We'll jump over to bats and the leverage stack page. I'm going to refresh just to see if some ownership numbers adjusted. Tattoo, who's your number one offense while we wait for my internet to work, apparently?
The Sacramento Athletics.
That's a pretty good one.
Well, Eric Lauer sucks.
I mean, Eric Lauer did dominate the Athletics to begin the season.
Yeah.
That was 3 months ago now, but why does this not want to work? Looks like the A's just put Jacob Wilson on the IL.
Ew.
Is it the combination of Lauer facing them plus the fact that they're in Sacramento making them number one?
Yeah. It's the ballpark and Lauer, and part of it's like an ownership that, because I know everybody's going to be on, it's like of those three huge spots, they're almost the lowest owned with Colorado. Mm-hmm. And they still have a IRT over 5. They're a little more affordable than the other teams.
Well, if I get the leverage stack page to work and show up, I'd show it. But for now, we're just...
They're 5th in leverage.
Okay.
It's Miami.
Yeah, no, as soon as I switch over, it started working. Yeah. I can see it. I mean, they're 5th highest owned, but
I mean, it's an offense I trust more than I trust a San Diego or a Miami.
Yeah, I mean, here's my issue: is San Diego's going to be my number one team, which I don't trust them. So it's not like, I super believe in them. I am just picking on Shota with wind blowing out.
Which is very fair.
Like, we've seen him give up 3 and 4 home runs in multiple starts over the last month with wind blowing out. So it's strictly just me picking on Shota at lower ownership than Miami and Coors. Um, and I've already said that I'm going to be underweight on the Dodgers, so I couldn't make them number one.
Yeah.
I don't think I can make Miami number one. They're going to be up there just because, like, Miami feels like a team that can have success in Coors because they're more of like the extra base hit, run around the bases type team than than the one that we expect to see a bunch of home runs hit, right?
Yeah.
So we're probably going to see some doubles and triples out of them in this series, and that's interesting enough for me. Um, that's a big reason why I like Esteury so much. Like stolen bases and then extra base
I
hits
was going to
for him.
say they have stolen base upside too.
Yeah. And his ISO against left-handed pitching is really strong, right around 400, I think. I wrote it in my notes, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. Those notes came 6 hours ago. So, but yeah, I mean, really, these top 5 teams here, in my mind, are all teams that you could make a case to be your number one stack this evening. Do I think you can do it with Colorado? Maybe. I just don't feel as good about Colorado as the rest of the teams above them. Is there anybody below Colorado on this total ownership ranking that you would put in the debate of maybe a tier one stack to be different?
Tier one is tough, but I really actually like Milwaukee and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Texas, I like the Mets. I like Toronto. I like Houston. I didn't even not list Colorado in my stacks, and San Diego was tier 3. But yeah, I really like my love for Cincinnati is growing by the hour today.
Milwaukee's pretty high ranked in leverage. I mean, my team below Colorado this will be Boston, and it's strictly because they get to face Miles Mikolas.
Yeah,
it's the only reason. So like
and
24%.
One of the reasons I didn't like Washington, like we were talking about, they can score a lot, but
right.
They typically depend on home runs for a lot of their scoring, and I don't think Ranger really, serves up home runs a lot.
And also, like with Boston, I don't know if you see these 2 columns here. Number 2 in point per dollar rank. Number 4, the 4th highest implied run total. And yet they are 10th in total ownership. So to me, that's a spot that I want to take advantage of. So at 24% on DK in total ownership, with the 4th highest implied run total, and the Brewers are right behind them with the 5th highest, right? Like, so yeah, it's definitely those 2 teams for me that stand out. I mean, because then you can always make a case for the Yankees, right? Especially in Yankee Stadium. They have guys that can hit a bunch of home runs. The problem is like Ben Rice is ice cold. Like ice
the whole
cold.
Team except for like Goldie is cold.
Yeah. And your aforementioned Washington because of their home run power. Detroit, even like if they can find a way to get Weathers out of the game earlier so that Detroit can get their left-handed bats in there.
It's a great hitting spot tonight.
Yeah, like they could put up runs. It's just a matter of them getting Weathers out of the game early enough to allow Carpenter and Colt Keith to have like 3 at-bats or something. I think like initially I really wanted to be on Toronto. The problem is like they just aren't very good against left-handed pitching. For some reason, like they have a bunch of right-handed hitting dudes. That should be really solid against left-handed pitchers, and they're just not. It's kind of concerning for a team like that. But if I remember correctly, they've kind of been that kind of team the last number of years too.
Yeah.
Always a team that looked like they should crush left-handed pitching, always just underwhelm against lefties.
Now, the Mets have 5 guys with an over 900 OPS the last day, and I mean the lowest one is Soto. Like Ewing is crushing it, Bichette, Alvarez, I mean even Jarrett Young.
Yeah, they're one that I really should dig into pitch metrics, because like the splitter is the most unique pitch there really is in baseball right now. And Savage has a pretty good splitter, so that's going to make up a lot of that matchup and whether you think that they can be successful. I just expect Kirby to achieve some positive regression at home. Like it's a ballpark that's not great for hitting, especially tonight. Like it's far and away the best ballpark for pitching. Like temps in the 60s. It's nothing like any of the rest of the games. He should figure it out at home at some point. I just don't know. Like,
yeah, Savage throws a 4-seam fastball 43% of the time. He throws the slider 28% of the time.
This season?
Yeah. And I guess,
he throws. I think he throws, like, if I remember correctly from the pro season last year, like, it was the slider more against, is it left-handed bats, and then splitters more against right? I don't remember his breakdown.
It's they're doing this based on the last 1,000 pitches,
which is 11 starts.
That's Ewing, Bobichette. Bobichette has a B grade against 4-seam, but assuming this is grades over here, Bobichette has 102 grade versus the slider.
Let's see if I can bring it up here quickly or find it. What I'm usage. Let's see, split. So yeah, versus righties, Savage throws a slider a ton.
Yeah.
48% of his pitches against righties are sliders. His splitter is used against lefties 37% of the time.
Yeah. Sliders is his best pitch.
His splitter doesn't get hit very hard either.
Yeah, it's like he's got an A grade on his slider, A- on his splitter, and a B+ on his 4-seam.
Yeah.
So, of course, you throw your worst pitch the most.
So slider against righties, yeah, Bichette. I don't know what, like, if I almost feel like I have to use current season and last season to get high enough. And then, yeah, like this year, Bichette's struggling in sliders, but including last year, he's pretty decent. He just doesn't have a huge ISO against it.
Yeah.
Like the starting lineup for the Mets has a combined 24% K rate against sliders. Righties are only 22% of that, so that might be somewhat of an issue. The righties have a combined ISO of 196 last year and this year for the Mets against it. So maybe the right-handed bats are the ones that could give you Savage some issues tonight. The Mets overall sample size against splitters is not super wide, but they have a combined K percentage of almost 31% against splitters. I think his splitter against lefty is going to be super important. Jared Young does have an ISO of 429 against splitters, but a 57% K rate over the last 2 seasons. But like AJ Ewing, small sample size, doesn't have any ISO. Brett Beatty have an ISO. Juan Soto, 138 ISO.
Ooh.
Against splitters.
Like this is the kind of research that I wish I had the time to dig into every day. But and you know, it's hard to go through every hitter and every pitcher versus their pitches, and you know.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. Like I do it for the postseason and the stuff that I, record and write for postseason action. It's a lot smaller slates. There's not enough hours in the day for me to look at every single game correctly.
Oh God, yeah.
And go pitch by pitch. I just don't have that time.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, I'm just looking like I can check out the launch angle versus pitches, the exit velocity.
Yeah.
I have all this different stuff I look at, but you can't, look at every single stat every day of, But boy, it would be great to be able to dig in that.
It would be. I really need to start doing it for certain matchups each day. Like designate which matchups I really need to dig into, because there are always matchups each day where you're like, I need to spend more time figuring this one out compared to the Coors game, right? The Coors game you can look at kind of quickly as an overview and be like, Alcantara throws these pitches. Who on Colorado is just going to do damage, right? We don't need to dig in and figure out if Alcantara is going to really dominate in that degree. But also like some of the games where we're seeing, I don't know, Zebby Matthews versus Peter Lambert, right? I don't really need to go pitch by pitch and figure out from a pitching standpoint necessarily. Or I don't need to dig into Miles Mikolas's pitch breakdown, right? We just know that he gets hit hard. It's one of those things that's trying to juggle how much to dig in. But yeah, if I had enough time, that's what I would be doing every single day. But I do not, and I'm not smart enough to build tools to do it for me. So kind of puts me in a rough spot. But who are you likely to fade from an offensive standpoint? Is it Miami? Mine's already the Dodgers, if we haven't figured that out by now.
Let me refresh this. I'm looking at a different set. I don't know what I just did. I really feel like we're talking of the top ownership teams.
Yeah, like the top 5 teams.
Where the hell did they go? Damn, the A's really dropped.
Yeah.
Of the top 5,
Oh yeah, they definitely did.
yeah. Well, top 5, I would say Colorado would be my first one I'd fade.
Yeah, it definitely now has to be Colorado. Before it was the Dodgers for me. Now with Colorado jumping up like that, they'd be the number one. The Miami ownership jumped up
Went up.
like 30% ish. Toronto ownership jumped up too.
I guess, did the A's confirm their lineup or something?
Well, I mean, the Jacob Wilson going on the IL thing might adjust it, so
I mean,
that percentage on the
their
A's might not be
salary,
correct.
their points per salary shot up to second.
So a cheaper guy.
Yeah.
Let me see if their lineup actually came out. It did. Oh, they brought up a guy from the minors too. I wonder if he's in the player pool. I'm gonna guess he's not. He is not in the player pool. That's gonna be part of why they lose some percentage because Josh Kuroda Grauer was brought up from the minors, and he's not in the DK player pool. But also the fact that they are playing 2 catchers too. Shea and Jonah Heim are both in the lineup.
Yeah.
It's gonna lower their overall ownership. Probably makes them an even better play now, though. Even though the lineup is weaker.
Yeah. But the players you want are playing.
Yeah, the matchup stays the same. The lineup's just a little weaker. Because they're playing Lawrence Butler against a lefty, which normally doesn't happen either. Well, Soderstrom's not in the lineup. That's definitely something. Esteury Ruiz is hitting 3rd for the Marlins.
Ooh.
You know, if you're into that sort of thing. Soderstrom went on the IL too.
Oh.
Or is on the IL? I barely played this weekend because I had so much going on. I don't know if he went on the IL over the weekend or not, but
I think he went on it yesterday, actually, because he was my home run pick, and I saw it after the game started. Which escaped me today.
I still have to come up with a home run pick yet.
I have not either.
There's so many options that I just don't know what to do.
Ian Happ.
It feels like a night where you have to get the double dong correct in that competition. Yeah. Because there's going to be multiple double dongs this evening.
There's 2 guys
in
under
my opinion
200.
Yeah. Yes. Let's kind of go get your position by position favorites. I'm going to sort by home run odds just to show people that a bunch of them are missing right now. But yeah, there's still a bunch sub 300. Some of these ones that are missing too are. Some of them are going to have good odds. Like, I mean, Merrill, Machado, Bogarts are going to be low odds. Tatis. But yeah. Why don't we position by position so we can get out of here and get working on our lineups?
All right. My favorite catcher is Shea, who murders lefties. Favorite first baseman is Andrew Vaughn. Favorite second baseman, and mainly because I love his name so much, but Justin Foscue.
You have named 3 players now, and all 3 of them are murdering left-handed pitching this season. And they're all facing left-handed pitchers tonight.
Yeah. Third base. Alex Bregman. You know, he's got a little history off of Canning. So.
Yeah.
Shortstop, I'm not going to take your core. So I'll say one of my cores. Otto Lopez, another lefty killer. Outfielder, I'll leave your guy alone, but I do like Ruiz as well. I like AJ Ewing and Jake McCarthy. That would complete
my catcher is going to be William Contreras, where I rarely play William Contreras, but I like the spot. First base, there's a lot of dudes this evening. See if I can bring up my notes here quick. A lot of random names, really, not the stud names.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Royce Lewis. He's kind of a sneaky home run call from earlier. That reverse splits pitcher that he's facing is intriguing for me. Second base, definitely love Foscue. Otherwise, it's Ketel Marte spend up. He's crushed against Tyler Mahle, crushing over the last week as well. Things line up there. Third base, there's a lot of names I love. The one guy that I'm going to go with is Miguel Andujar because it's a pivot away from the chalkier Manny Machado on the same team. Andujar only has third base eligibility now on DK, even though he had third base outfield for much of the season. So lower owned than Machado, just as much upside, I think, in this matchup. Shortstop is Mookie Betts, core play for me, swinging it really well. Has struggled against left-handed pitching, so that's a worry, but he's the one Dodger bat that I really like. Outfield, obviously, Astoria Ruiz, who gets a perfect 100 DFS Army grade in the DS, if you happen to notice that. I like Khalil Watson, a name that we haven't mentioned at all for Cleveland. I think in my notes, Cleveland over the last 6 games has scored 21 runs or have 21 RBIs as a team. Khalil Watson has 8 of them. He has their only home run over the last 6 games. I think he has 2 of their only stolen bases as well.
I mean, 12-30
somebody that
OPS.
like somebody that nobody's really going to play, and I understand it, but he's probably a pretty fine punt one-off to be different.
I think the same could be said if you didn't want to stack Miami, that Ruiz would be a, I know it doesn't fit the stud one-off,
right.
but,
Right.
But that's a hell of a one-off.
Or if you didn't want to stack San Francisco against Eduardo Rodriguez, play Casey Schmidt in the outfield as a one-off.
Yeah, I love Casey Schmidt.
It's kind of where I'm at right now as far as favorites, and my most died as I was scrolling through stuff. So,
and on FanDuel, you can play Casey Schmidt about anywhere. Like, I actually listed him at second base.
Which normally is a good position to list him at. I have a bunch of second basemen listed tonight.
And, Did you say that he was 5 for 8 with 2 home runs of E-Rod.
He is, yeah. Is that what it was? Yeah, it was 5 for 8 with 2 home runs and a walk against Erod. I like Casey Schmidt. Yeah.
It was somebody else. If you like San Francisco, Chapman is 8 for 15 with a home run and 4 extra base hits.
I guess I have him at 8 for 24, but yeah, with a home run, 4 doubles, 4 walks. It's just Chapman's so tough for me to understand.
Yeah. But like I mentioned Bregman, he's 8 for 19 with 2 home runs. So
yeah. I like Isaac Paredes a little more than Chapman at the same price point, but yeah, like there's just a bunch of third basemen I like tonight too. Because didn't even mention Caleb Durbin, who's been on fire, and who's 4 for 7 against Mikolas.
Yeah, I was going to mention him when we were going through players, and I was like, if you like Boston,
yeah,
like he's a really cheap guy, and
third base just feels better tonight than it has recently. First baseman feels exactly like it has for the last 3 weeks. It was weak.
I almost found it's probably not if I went through other stuff, but outfield was one of the positions where I had way less people than normal, where I had like 7 first basemen. I had like 5 second basemen, 5 third basemen.
Yeah. There aren't as many big names in the outfield for me tonight.
My most
which is probably why I'm
$3,000.
It's probably why I'm able to be super heavy on George Kirby, Weathers, Messick, Ranger Suarez, even though they're not super expensive. They're the most expensive pitchers on DK, and I'm still able to get to them because I just really like some other guys in the outfield.
Yeah.
A lot of my one-offs just feel like guys that are going to be $3,500 or cheaper, where on most slates that's not the case. So it allows you to do some different things this evening, which I'm kind of interested in. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of all we have. I don't know, not many questions out there in chat. I don't think we've really gotten a whole lot of questions since we switched over to this channel, which is kind of annoying. But it is what it is. Not saying the guys in chat are annoying.
Yeah.
We're just missing the live views that we had on the previous channel. So it's only a matter of time before we, get that built up. But yeah, if you're a member of DFS Army, you can hit us up in Discord. If you're not a member, scrolling on the bottom of the screen, our best promo code at 20% off monthly is Best Ball 2026. 20% off any NFL or VIP Core 4 membership. Core 4 does include baseball. If you want to join us for baseball only, you can use code RAZ or Tattoo for 10% off monthly. Percentages are off of your membership the entire time that you are a member, not just the first month or anything like that. Tag us with any winning screenshots tonight. Let us know. I do think it's going to take 230 points on DK to win something tonight, maybe even a little bit more, because I do think there are going to be quite a few home runs hit.
Yeah. Speaking of,
we will be back tomorrow. You still have to name some dongs yet, I believe.
Yeah. I'm going to put this parlay in myself, but Shea, Miguel Andujar, and Spencer Steer.
That works for me.
The model shows Andujar with a plus 109% chance at a home run tonight. Like more than usual, I guess.
Sounds good to me because I am all for the Miguel Andujar train this evening. But yeah, that'll do it for us. We'll be back tomorrow around the same time generally on Wednesday. Friday, I don't know if you saw our conversation in the staff channel or not, but Friday for the show, we're going to record it in the morning. It's just that's the day everybody's doing stuff, and I don't really want to be around at 4 p.m. trying to record it. So we're going to record it early to get it out there so that people can just still watch it. You don't have to be live for us to do it. It'll be on this channel. You can watch it throughout the day, etc. But Friday's the one that'll be different this week. So
let's get really drunk and do it in the middle of the night Thursday.
I'll still be sleeping somewhat normal. It's long day out on the lake on Friday for us. So, but yeah, that's all we got. Best of luck tonight. Hopefully we see some helmets up, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Got the best coaches in the game. We really ain't playing. We regroup up in the Slack chat where the coaches debrief. We be piecing these puzzles, occupy the chunk of the pie. Ain't no lie when we hit the block. Helmets casket is got. You be seeing helmet after helmet, helmet after helmet. First place, second place, fifth place, eighth place, 12th place, 15, 16, 20. So many helmets, you got blurred vision. We got too many. Tick your tech. Oh man, shit. They got us fucked up. Army, recruit. We pledge always to have that edge. We don't fire warning shots. Competition just dropped. We locked and loaded before lock. Whatever the time, yeah. Do you even correlate?
Being the best requires a willingness to outwork your competition. There's always someone smarter, faster, sharper, more naturally gifted.